All right, everybody in TikTok land, thank you very much for attending the pre-market game plan. Please make sure you click the link through in my bio to join our live trading Discord or to come on in and view all of our resources. Thank you very much, and I'll see you tonight in class. Bye now. Yeah, as always, keep an eye on SPY. That's right. All right, let me get this out of here. Here we go, 7 seconds to the open. All right, Apple putting in a red bar now. All right, what's jumping? What's jumping? An option call for what purpose? For day trading? For swing trading? All right, we're coming up on the 2-minute candle now. So we're watching the big caps for 2-minute candle trades, which can last a couple minutes to 15 minutes, sometimes even 30 minutes, depending on how much they run. And we're looking for green candle breaks over red candle high, or green candle breaks over big green candle. And we can play to the bearish side, but I want to get you guys up to speed on this a little bit first. And in the momentum breakout land, we don't have anything happening. Facebook is dropping. Apple's putting in some strength right now. If Apple can go over 124, that's a 2-minute candle entry. So watch Apple for 124. And when you're playing those big caps, you go 50% of your account for your first entry, or options, in which case you would take about 5% of your account in options. Starbucks making some moves right now. Yeah, go ahead and get into Starbucks, 50% account. Starbucks, SBUX. Let me know when you're in, and if you're in for however many shares, or if your contract's obviously SBUX. Obviously, if it's shares, it's going to be a bigger number, and if it's options, it's going to be a smaller number. All right, you're missing out. Starbucks is up 25 cents since I said to get in. SBUX, get in. 50% of your account. Stock shares is just fine. There's no reason to be trading options if you can use 50% of your account for the shares. But you could use the options to get around the pattern day trading rule. Starbucks going and going and going, and it's up a number 25 cents. since I've called entry. Starbucks is now up 40 cents. So 100 shares, $10,000 and a $20,000 account would now be up 50 bucks, something like that. All right, Starbucks just broke 110. So we're going to ride the 2-minute candles up. Starbucks now 110.20. XOM, ExxonMobil, 50% all in, 50% in. ExxonMobil has just triggered on the 2-minute candles. Get in now, half your account. We're in Exxon, we're in Starbucks. Right, scale out. So scale out on Starbucks, about every 50 cents, you can take off a third. And then we'll be retopping off if we get the correct bars. So don't worry about scaling out too much because it's okay. Meaning, go ahead and scale out. Take your profits. Once you take your first profits, everybody, that's when you'll move your stop to break even. If you've made any profit, do not lose your original capital from that point forward. That's rule number one. Rule number two, really. After you've taken your profits, you will not lose money. So whatever your break even is on Starbucks, it's pulling back a little bit right now. If you've taken profits around 110, 110.50, now you'll be breaking even on your entry. ExxonMobil pushing. If the pullback on Starbucks is soft, we will re-enter or top off if you still have position. Options are the same, really doesn't matter to me. Options are just a tool to trade stock. Okay, we're coming up on on break even out on Starbucks. Give it the breathing room of your break even. ExxonMobil doing great. You can take some profit right now, 1/3 out, ExxonMobil. Microsoft, Tesla, Apple, all not performing. Exxon, yes. Exxon's doing the best. Morph is breaking out. Next breakout for you high frequency traders on Morph, MORF, is 49.01. And that would be a 20-cent ladder. So you got to write these down if that's what you want to play, but you need to have a high frequency trading setup in order to play Morph. Or you can go ahead and try and play the 1-minute candles, but do that for 1/10, not all in. ExxonMobil continuing to appreciate. Mara won't let you sell. You're stuck. You can absolutely sell any stock that you own, any option. You're just not familiar with your platform yet, perhaps. So that's the problem. You need to sell at a market order. Brandon, remember I told you there's going to be all these kinds of glitches that you're going to get used to, and you don't want to be paying real money to learn these things. Paper trade until you know your platform in and out and every mistake it can make. ExxonMobil continuing to gain. Good looking trade there. No breakout on Morph. It's a corporate issue. So we got ExxonMobil here in the upper right. And it is just doing great. Outstanding. If anything, it's starting to pull back now and put in a topping tail candle. But I wouldn't necessarily say we're far off of the 20 moving average. So hopefully you've taken your 1/3 profits, like I mentioned, on ExxonMobil. And now just hold into your break even. There goes Morph with the breakout. Who caught it? Morph with the breakout, 51.01, and now hit 50, almost 2. That was a 20-cent ladder. Well, you had a lot of time to get in, Platt, on XOM. So when I say, all right, get in XOM, it's a 2-minute candle play, so you have a good 30 seconds to get in. But I'll let you know if there's a rebuy or a top up on XOM. Oh, you joined late. Okay, well, we start 30 minutes before the market opens, getting all warmed up and set up. The early bird catches the worm. All right, well, now you know why you didn't get the trade. You don't need to tell me. Now you know why. I don't mind. You just let me know when you've got one, all right? We'll help you through it. All right, CAN is showing some momentum now. We're looking for it to break a level of 18.4. CAN, 18.41 would be your all-in for you high-frequency traders. And that would be a 10-cent ladder. 10-cent ladder on CAN, 1840. Write it down. I'm not going to say it again because we're watching too much here. All right, you're probably likely back to your break even on ZOM, XOM, ExxonMobil, so you're all out now. Apple is getting ready to break out of that 124. Get ready on Apple. Here we go. Apple 124 breakout would be the entry for a 2-minute candle play. Apple. It's much quicker to just take shares. Don't fuck around with options unless you have them ready to go. It's the same difference. It's even more liquid to play the stock shares. Just go 50% of your account on your first entry, and then if we top off, rebuy, we'll add another 25%. All right, we're waiting for Apple 124 break. Bill had a similar problem as you in school there with some customers' calls he had to be on. It's all right. There's trades all day. There's trades every day. There's always another day. When you're dead, there's going to still be the stock market in 100 years. There's trades every day. Don't worry about it. Oh, yeah. All of our swing trade positions are up good, are up well, are up solid. ARC-G, ARC-K, ARC-W, ARC-Q, CP, Agilent, ENTG, and DEC. All right, here comes Apple potentially breaking out. 124, here it comes. And there it is, almost. There it is. All right, so now you're in at 124 on the 2-minute candles. Stop is below the previous 2-minute candle. Yep, morph. Keep grabbing those breakouts on morph. Everybody. Those are all ins. So the pullback on XOM, that was a pretty big red candle. So I don't expect it to continue, but we'll see. Next breakout on morph, 58.51. There goes Apple. Take profits at the top of big bars, at the tops of big bars, or at double the length of the stop out bar. That's another point you can take profits, and those profits will be about 1/3 your position. There goes morph, popping another point. That's for high frequency trading on morph, or you're following the 1-minute candle bottoms all the way up. All right, we're just going to follow the 2-minute candles on Apple. Here comes CAN into the breakout zone. 1840 is the price we're looking to break. 1840. So we want to see 1841. CAN enter at 1841. SOS just broke out. 6.51 was the breakout. It's now at 671. So I wouldn't take the next breakout until about 7.01. Focus on morph, MORF. Keep getting those round zero number breakouts. Morph went from 45 to now 61. If you don't have a high frequency trading setup, you can follow the 1-minute candles, the lows, track the lows all the way up. So you just get in. Apple pulling back. Might get stopped out of that. We'll see. We have a nice, good wide stop. Out would be 123.7 on Apple. So still doing okay. Still holding on Apple. We're still profitable. If Apple on this next 2-minute bar breaks 124.22, the high of the day, then you can top up, add another 25%. Morph continuing to break out, MORF. All right, Platt, way to go. So yeah, SOS went up to 7 but pulled back. So we'll have to see if it has the momentum to be able to break 7. SOS 7.01 would be your all-in for the high frequency traders, and then for non-high frequency traders, just 10% in, and then follow the 1-minute candles. All right, here comes Apple for the retop up. Getting pretty close. If it breaks high of day, 124.25. That's a bullish hot dog if it breaks. It does look like it's pulling back now. Remember, if you've already taken profits, you protect all your capital now, and you get out at break even. That's your stop. If you haven't taken profits, our stop is 123.7. No, 123.65 rather. But here it comes. There it is. All out. All right, Morph continuing to push. SOS breaking out. 7.01 is now 7.05. You'd be taking a 5-cent ladder on SOS. Perhaps even like a 2 or 3 cent ladder. So when we make these trades on these 2-minute candles on the bigger caps, you can either go options or you can go shares. Really doesn't matter because we're just day trading. And when we take these day trades, we are going 50% all in, 50% in from your whole account, whatever your cash amount is of your account. And we're going 50% in. So that's very similar to getting an option, getting one option, or 2 options or whatever it is. Let me zoom up on SPY here. So Platt, I don't think there's going to be another run on Exxon, but maybe. It put in a pretty strong pullback. I think that's going to lead to just fake out breakouts. And that is a little bit the way the market is going right now, kind of sideways. And you have to expect Exxon and all these big caps to pretty much follow the market. All right, Can just broke out. Got some profit on SOS. Okay, yeah. So did you use the ladder on that? Out. All right. Good, because look, it's already pulling way back. And if you see that, just get out. If you see a strong pullback like that. So it looks like we are potentially going to have a sideways choppy day on big caps and not a day of runs. Okay, good job. And I heard another fellow TikToker say this. I've said something very similar to this many times. You guys have heard me say something similar to this, but I like this particular rule. And it is, don't expect to make money your first year of trading. What you want to do, though, in your first year is try to minimize your losses. That's going to be your goal, is how can you make your losses as little as possible? That should be your first year goal. First year goal, make your losses as little as possible. I really like that tip. I really like that rule. Because you're just not going to guarantee yourself. Hang on, I'm watching Apple. Apple may break out again, but again, I believe it may go sideways. Here we go, breakout on Apple. I'm getting ready to go in. There we go. We got the breakout on Apple. So we'll follow the 2-minute candles up. The stop is pretty wide. Can went from 18.5 to over 19 now. So CAN extremely bullish, acting like Morph. MORF also going pretty bonkers. You can follow the 1-minute candles on Morph or on Can if you don't have a high frequency trading setup. And just track the lows. The lows will be your stop. All right. Apple doing all right. Okay, probably take profits underneath the 50-cent point, 124.50, unless it blasts right through it right away. Like, just give it a sec, and that would be a 33% out at that point. So be watching Apple. You're playing Morph, you're playing Can, we're playing Apple. Disney's sideways, ExxonMobil sideways, Apple's continuing. Can, Morph, those are the ones in play really, and SOS has pulled back. All right, here comes your first out on Apple, 124.50, unless it blasts right through. No, it's not. It's hitting resistance. So there we go. I'm 33% out. And got that fill. All right, we're hanging on. It did go through the 50 mark. It did blast through. That's not a top off, though. A top off will be after a bit of a pullback. But we're getting this move on Apple. On the 2-minute candles. Keep us in nice and smooth and long. I don't have FSR up, Sean, but if you see it as a short, go for it, man. Just use the same principles, just in verse. Morph, MORF, keep taking those breakouts at those round psychological numbers. Here it is right now, breaking 69. Or be in on the 1-minute candles, and on that basis, you've been in for 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes now, and you can take profits. Well, on the 1-minute candle basis, only when you see something unusual. Like right now, it's having a bit of an exhaustion bar. To be that far off of the 20 moving average and have that large of a bar, MORF, yeah. All right, on Apple, we'll probably just ride the 8 moving average up. So if you've already taken your 50% or your 33%, your profit will be at the 8 MA next as far as our stop loss or break even. Protect your gains. There goes ExxonMobil with the breakout. Pretty surprising. I wasn't watching it. If anyone was, that would have been entry there on the break of that big red bar that had come before. So that was about 57. And that's about where it is now, 57.04. So if you still want to get in, you can still get in on ExxonMobil. And when we enter these day trades on the 2-minute candles, first entry is 50% account. So let's say you have $3,000 left in your account for getting into an entry. ExxonMobil's at 57, so 3,000 divided by 57. That's how many shares you get. It is 52 shares. All right, you still have an opportunity to get into ExxonMobil. It's still hanging around 57.04. Got plenty of time to get in on the 2-minute candle basis. Keep an eye on Disney. If Disney breaks high of day, that is a potential entry. It's an entry, yeah, if it breaks high of day. Disney. Morph is pulling back to the 8 MA. I'd stay in the trade still until it breaks 8 MA if you're on the 1-minute candles. Apple getting pretty far off of the 20 moving average now and curving. So I'm inclined to go bar by bar now. So we'll go bar by bar. So that's tracking the lows of the 2-minute candles. And you can either get like another third out when it breaks or all out. Okay, be watching Disney. This is what I was talking about. 193.56. It's about to break. Get into Disney. If you're in Exxon Mobil, that's looking good. Stay in. Apple doing really good. We're making good money there on Apple. This was a good move to take on Apple. Morph just about damn near stopped out. There goes Disney. So that's half in on the 2-minute candle basis. And I'll guide you through it. Apple continuing to look good. All right, let's take it all off right there, all out on Apple. There we go. Good realized gain there. Now we can get back in if Apple re-breaks the high, which is currently the red candle that we'd be looking for it to break. But I feel it's pretty far off of the 20 moving average and it can't do it. There we go. We're back all in, 50% in rather, because it did in fact break that high again. So Apple with a ton of momentum, and then we'll just use the bottom of the previous candle for our stop right now. Same thing with Disney. We are still holding, and Exxon Mobil out. Get out of Exxon Mobil. Exxon Mobil did not follow through. I'm sorry, Platt. I don't know. Ask Stock Daddy's questions. There goes Palantir with the breakout. You can take Palantir, PLTR. Apple doing superb, but really pushing. There's going to be an end to it, I'm telling you. At a certain point here, you're going to want to feel out when to take about a 33% profit. It could be right below 125. Let's see how it tests the 125 mark. Yeah, it keeps pulling back. I'll take 1/3 right there. All right, got the 1/3. Now my stop is at break even, which is my average cost, 124.77. Yeah, we're still holding can. You can still be holding can on the 1-minute basis if you're not doing high frequency trading. Yes. Yep. On the 1-minute basis. Yep, hell yes. Morph's all out. Morph's been all out for a while. It crossed it closed below the 8 moving average on the 1-minute candles. So I think that's it for Morph. But now Apple doing pretty good, showing some strength. Already we've taken our profits on Apple on that second breakout. Okay. And so now you move your stop to your break even. So you don't lose any money now. You will not let yourself lose any money on Apple at this point because you've already taken some profit. So you're already done. You've just left some on the table to make some more if possible. Okay, that's how that works. We've already taken the most probable profit, and now we've got some little extra gamble table house money going, running. And that's what we're doing. So with that, you can follow the bar by bar, which is the tracking the lows. Who's in Disney? Disney's continuing to look great. In Disney, sweet. All right. Keep tracking those lows. Keep following the lows on the 2-minute candle on that. And looks like, yeah, if you start to see it struggle at any particular point, go ahead and take some of your profit off and move your stop to your break even. That way you're good. So like take a 1/3 off, depends on what you've got going on. But yeah. All right, we're going bar by bar on Apple right now. So we're getting really close to getting all out on Apple because it's having some troubles pushing any further. But it could happen. Apple's doing really good. All right, it actually is pushing further. Apple turning out to be a real good trade today. Disney as well. ExxonMobil not as much. ExxonMobil not treating us super well. Morph super duper. Whoever was able to take that all out on Apple. There we go. We broke that little stop on Apple, which was the 2-minute candle low, bar by bar, tracking the lows on Apple. So no more Apple. But if it does break if it puts in a red candle and it's not too big, then we'll go ahead and take the re-break of the highs again on Apple. And that just be another run of more money. ExxonMobil wants to continue, but it's pretty rough. Pretty rough ride. Those pullbacks on ExxonMobil, not too fun. But I'll tell you what, we could use the 15 moving average to stay in. So if you want ExxonMobil, if it's treating you well, you can get in now. It's breaking a previous red candle high. XOM. But I feel it's a little bit more sideways than some of the others. Like Disney's pretty straight up. Apple's pretty straight up. Looks like you were out last minute ago. Yeah. Whoever was in realized that 3 minutes ago you got out. Hopefully you read the candles correctly and you got out of can. And that's the low point of a previous candle. You just keep tracking that up. That's your stop when you're playing the 1-minute candles. All right. Apple's pullback is looking very tame. That's very good. Well, I'm using 2 actually, and this week, we'll try to get them both up on screen. I know Apple is crapping out a little bit more strongly actually, but we'll see. It could put in a bottoming tail bar right here. But it is way up off of the 20 moving average, so probably it's going to pull back for a while now. We shall see. We shall see. I use Thinkorswim on the main screen here. And then I use DOS Trader as well for the sort of high frequency, high speed view. Tesla's moving. I'm just not super inclined to get you in there because it's pretty volatile, and it's over $700 per share. So that'd be for anybody who had 100,000. Yeah, good job. Perfect, Lucas. Disney out. That is correct. Way to go. And why? Can you tell me why? Out Disney made 15%. Fantastic. And can anybody tell me why we got out of Disney? Not just because it's a red candle. These are the 2-minute candles. What was the exact reason we got out? Apple will be another entry at 125.01. Let it pop over. Red candle broke past previous green low. Perfectly, Shi. Exactly. That's bar by bar method or tracking the lows. You can say it either way. And usually you want to switch over to bar by bar mode when things have gotten kind of it's gone pretty far, right? And you're okay, now I'm not going to be too liberal. I'm going to get conservative. I'm going to get tight now. I'm going to tighten shit up. And so you get bar by bar mode going, and then you get out. Yeah, that is why, Lucas. Hope everybody's learning at a mile a minute right now. We're playing multiple strategies here. So SOS is crapped out as far as momentum plays. Can somewhat still in play, kind of crapped out. Morph totally crapped out. Apple, if it can break 125.01, we're going to go back in again, 50% entry. 125.01, Apple. ExxonMobil, what you could do is you could track about the 15 MA, somewhere in there. Yeah, 15 moving average. It's a little bit of a difficult stock to trade. I don't recommend it. If anyone is in it, try and pull up the 13 moving average. The 15. I believe that's the one you want to track your stops against. All right, we are watching Apple do its thing, Disney do its thing. It's pulling back. They're not pulling back hard, though, so that's a really good sign. So if it can break over that previous red candle, which is 125 with confirmation, so 125.01, then we'll get back into Apple. Microsoft may have an entry. Let's see here. Yeah. Microsoft, go ahead and get into Microsoft, MSFT, 50% in. There goes Microsoft, a lot of strength. Boy, I called that like maybe 15 seconds before it started to pop off. Pretty good. Nice to be ahead. Nice to be ahead. All right, we're in Microsoft. Our stop is the bottom of that red candle that precedes it. Targets are going to be at double the two red candles. So like the first target, pretty much 236. If Microsoft happens to blast through that, let it. But if it starts touching it and has resistance like it is right now, then just take 33% at 236-ish. There, I just took a third. Actually, I missed that. Let's see if we get any more further push. Yep, a little bit more push right there. And taking a third right there, right underneath 236. So now stop is break even. All right, we're breaking through. Microsoft. All right, Disney presented another entry. Wasn't looking. Okay, Lishi, have fun at class or whatever you're up to. All right, there goes Disney with a second amount of momentum as well. We missed a particular entry there. That's the green breaking over the red candle high, the previous one that was lower. All right, that's a Disney. If anyone had been stalking that, you could see that and have taken that. Keith knows that one all too well. Looks like all the momentum breakout trades aren't happening, but we are doing good on Disney, and Apple is just pulling back and pulling back and pulling back. But we will wait and see if we can get, because Apple's pullback right now is tame. It's definitely a pullback. It's not a crap out. That can change at any second. But if it remains that way, then we can take the next green candle breaks over red candle high and follow the 2-minute candles. And we're doing that on the 2-minute candle basis, by the way. There goes Disney doing just fine. Oh, you are? Which Platt? I forget. Who are you again? Platt? Are you Sky Scourge? Or whatever the name is. or what's your name? All right, we're in Microsoft still, and Microsoft is looking good. Got a nice momentum shift above 236. It's going to rocket towards the high of the day, 236.29, and we'll just let it. We'll just go bar by bar if it starts to get pretty far up there. Oh, Warren Buffett. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Well, what did you do? What did you get? What is it that you told me to buy? What is it? VWO. Oh, that's not even a day trade, man. I can't believe that's up so much, though. That's like a long-term kind of core position. That's insane. Wow, look at Microsoft go. All right, so we're going to go bar by bar on Microsoft and follow the 8MA at this point because you should hopefully have taken a third off. If you haven't already and you're in Microsoft, take a third off. Disney, we missed it. I missed the entry. It was there though. For you astute traders, you could have had that on Disney 3 candles ago, 6 minutes ago. Green candle broke over red candle high while still being in trend. And now Disney is up almost a point from there. So 100 shares would be $100. As far as swing trades, Lucas, I might look at that like a little bit later. See how ExxonMobil now is kind of working out, but only if you had followed the 15MA. So we had to adjust that sort of strategy on the fly right there. ExxonMobil still doing fine, riding the 15MA. I don't particularly like the price action, but if you're in it or you want to trade it or it's been friendly to you, you can go for it. All right, Microsoft put a topping tail candle previous to this, so I'd be on the extreme defense with Microsoft. I'm going to take out another 50% of whatever I have left on Microsoft right now. There we go. ExxonMobil keeps pushing. Disney keeps pushing. That's 4 green bars in a row on Disney for 8 minutes. So as you can see, we're doing a good mix of everything. Doing the high frequency trading momentum breakouts, which right now currently nothing's happening there. And then we're also doing the 924 strategy on the 2-minute chart. All right, there goes Microsoft. It's pushing up some more, making a new high. I still have some position left. And we'll just go bar by bar from here or anything else that comes up. Apple just became entry. Apple was just entry. So I'm going to go get some of that. Boom, I'm in. Apple's in. I'm in. Apple. Look at General, Evan. What? General Store or something? What's the, just give me the ticker. Okay, we're in Apple at a very good risk-reward ratio. We're in Microsoft. Potentially you are in ExxonMobil. Disney's now putting in the 5th green 2-minute candle in a row after that entry that we could have had back there. Hopefully somebody else, one of you got there. Look at General VIP. Oh, gotcha. I'm looking at it right now. Wow, that looks great. Absolutely great. So if you're trying to do like quick swing trades on those, we'll get, you're welcome to take any profits at any time you want, but, I'll take a look at those. So we were in Microsoft, we were in Apple. We are technically in Disney. For those of you who got in, I'm watching it for you. And we are in ExxonMobil. For those of you who took it. Wanted to take it. On Apple, let's take our first profits right there, 33% out. Boom. Got it. Now we move stop to break even. All right. So now you're not going to lose money. The minute you take your first profits, that's it. You're profitable. So at that point, if the stock comes back to your break even, I don't care under what circumstances, you get out. You don't hold hoping for more. You already got some. And what you do on that first take profit is you take a very, somewhat conservative. You just take 2 candle lengths of the trigger candle, roughly. You take your profits right there, or any significant push, boom, take your first profit means you're profitable. From there, the rest, you just let it ride. Just let it ride the rest of the day. Maybe you take a little bit more here or there. Maybe you add on at a particular pullback that didn't actually stop you out, but then it pushed again. You can actually add on and top up. So it starts to get quite profitable at that point when you start to, find the add-on moments happening. Boy, so on Microsoft, I believe I'm up a couple hundred. Let's see. Oh, no. Just 60 and then 60 on Apple. But total today is $205 so far, realized with another 130 unrealized, ready to be taking profits on. So almost half a grand so far on the 2-minute candle plays. ExxonMobil, nice and smooth. Yeah, you can definitely take. No, what I don't like about Starbucks is that's a pullback, Lucas. That's not the direction of the trend. That's a pullback, and you know how you can tell? Because it took 2 or 3 bars of green to do what 1 bar of red did. Does that make sense? Are you watching the 2-minute candles, if possible, on Starbucks? What you can see is that it took 2 or 3 bars of green to do what was going on in 1 minute of red on the Starbucks. So that means it's not as strong to the upside. It's slow, weak. It's slower and weaker, and that's a pullback. Whereas it drops much harder on the other side. All right, we're following the 8MA or our break even on Apple because we've already taken profits. Over on Microsoft, we're all out right now because bar by bar, all out. Boom, take your profits. Oh, okay. Did it work or did I cancel? There we go. There we go. Struggling with some order issue there. Okay, back on Apple, we are still holding, and it is still appreciating. ExxonMobil, still in. Disney, retop up right now. It's a rebuy. You can get into Disney if you haven't been in it. This is either top up or you add to 75% now. Disney. All right, we're no longer in Microsoft. We're all out of Microsoft because it fell below bar by bar or 8MA or our break even. But all those are going to be high. The previous 2 are going to be higher. But I'm just saying those are many reasons to get out, and we did. So total profit on Microsoft, hard to read, but about $100 or something for me. I'm still in Apple, doing bar by bar, A or break even. All right, Apple's still pushing. Apple's looking good. That is a rebuy on Apple right now. It just broke the high of the day. So that's a top up to 50% or an add on if you already are pretty full. You can go up to 75% on Apple. Looks like Can broke out while I wasn't watching. If anyone was watching, that'd be now you're following the 1 minute candles, which looks like now you'd be just about all out. I can't quite read the second to last candle there. But yeah, CIN, those kinds of small cap momentum pops, plays, best for high frequency trading. All right, who's in Disney? Disney has been continuing for the last 4 minutes. All right, Disney is pushing good. It'd definitely be taking 1/3 of your profits now. Disney. Take 1/3 of your profits, and now you move your stop loss to your break-even entry price. That's your break-even. I don't know if some of you may not just realize that. Your entry price is your break-even. It's logical, but it's not necessarily obvious. Okay, Apple keeps pushing. We're still in Apple, and you topped up. And as a matter of fact, we can re-top up again. So basically, we're all in on Apple now. Just we have to get all out of Apple beneath the previous red candle's low if that's what happens. And that could happen. So be watching Disney. There we go, all out of Apple right there. So that was all out, by the way. So that's everything we had riding, as well as the retop up. And there goes ExxonMobil dropping as well. So there's just potentially a market-wide drop right now. Potentially. Okay, if Apple breaks what is currently the high of the day, 125.25, that's 50% entry. NCNO, let me pull it up. Disney all out. That's a bar by bar out. Yeah, NCNO. Very smooth. So if you were going to take that, you should hopefully have already been in a while ago. But in order to stay in, just follow the 20 moving average if you're in on that. It doesn't look like Disney and Apple are going to repop the previous candle right now. Okay, let's take a look at Riot and Mara. Yeah, that's my problem with it, Christopher. It's really low volume. I wouldn't get it in a very wide, kind of widespread. All right, Disney's crapping out. Funny, Disney led the market last week on the down. Remember that on the downside? Disney was leading the market down. That's what it's doing right now. Is it's leading? Seems to be the first one to be crapping out. I'll have to see if Apple follows suit. What was I just looking at? Riot. Riot's pushing. I don't love how wide these bars are all next to each other, though. Can't say I'm really interested in that particular trade on Riot. But if you do get in, maybe you could follow the 5-minute candles so you stay in for a long time. In which case, you probably just only want to go in for 5 or 10% of your account maximum. Yeah, I'm going to take NCNO probably off the radar because for that price, $73, we want to see a lot more movement. All right, I'm watching Starbucks. It's really hard to say at what point I regain my confidence in Starbucks. I mean, it's below VWAP. It has a ton of negative pivot points to overcome. I don't think Starbucks would be a very good trade today, but it keeps going up right now, so that'd be at your own risk. Disney with the big, huge bottoming tail candle, that could be quite positive, but it will have to break the high of the day, 195.80, to really confirm that to me. And that could happen at any second here because it's at 195.65. It's only 15 cents away, 9 cents away on the ask, 5 cents away. Disney, 195.80 will be entry coming up. Could happen. If it does, all right, let's get in there. If it does, 195.80. There we go. All right. All right, we'll follow the 2-minute candles up on Disney. All right, we're up a little bit on Disney already. Let's see if we can get over that psychological number of 196. There are quite a few shares up there. There, it blasted right through it. That's a great sign. So Disney's quite bullish today. Apple's got to break 125.25. Facebook coming up. Which colored lines? You mean the moving averages? Like the lines that appear to be following the price? Yeah, those are the moving averages. So that's an average, a representation of the average price over the last X number of candles. And on mine, the yellow one is the 20 moving average, so the last 20 candles. That creates a bit of a smoothing so you can kind of see where that's at. All right, Disney doing good. I think we're going to take a third off pretty soon here on Disney. Yeah, pretty much right around here on Disney. Let's take a third out. Just give me a little bit more, can you? All right, right there. Yep. Okay, 1/3 right there at 196.20. There we go. Got my fill, and now you don't lose any money at all at this point. So set your stop mentally to your entry price. For me, that was 195.84. And then we'll follow the candles up, 2-minute candles up, and the 8 MA. All right, looking good. Disney is totally breaking out there, putting in a lot of bullishness. You can see it on the level too, because even the sellers are removing their orders and raising their asks. And I know that because the numbers are changing sometimes without them being bought or printed. So Disney doing well. All right, we're getting ready to get it all at Disney. It's getting really close, bar by bar. The out would be 196.20. But if it can keep going, great. Looks like it's going to. All right, what else? I noticed Facebook is trying to break out of its high. Can has gone pretty choppy. ZI, let's take a look at that. With a lot of volume. Disney putting out a lot of volume right now. It's having a good run. Yeah, ZI. 2-minute candles. I mean, the last entry was at 55. Yeah, I don't know if I like how much it can pull back. I'm not sure what's going on there, but that's not a very smooth stock. You can give it a try if you want to. I'm going to take that off my radar. Don't really like the quality of that stock. Don't know what that's about as far as why the quality is like that. But it certainly doesn't seem to be like a, typical big cap. All right, Disney pushing, pushing, pushing. It actually just gapped up between those 2 minute bars. That's a lot of energy. If it fills the gap and touches the high of that previous bar, we get all out. So that would be 1 in 96, like 58. There we go. All out on Disney. I was talking about Disney. That's not a good sign when you fill a gap after pushing up. That's basically a sign of reversal. But we'll see. Disney is very strong today. All right, way to go, way to go. Yeah, so Facebook is making an attempt to break out, but I really don't like how wide these candles are on Facebook. I would hate to miss a trade though. But this would be the moment. It's a little expensive, 261, a little bit out of the range of where we like to stay, 60 to 200. But that's partially why I have it up. No, not super liking it. In fact, I'm going to take it off the radar so we don't even have to see it. Don't want to be tempted by that. So again, if Apple breaks 125.25, then we can get in. we potentially had a trade on Microsoft 8 minutes ago. I just wasn't looking at it, missed it, and looks good, but wouldn't recommend getting in now. Not good. Zakin, all right. Zakin. All right, we're looking at Apple 125.25. That'll be 50% in. All right, Disney, if it breaks 196.80 is entrance. I'm getting my order ready over there. Both Disney and Apple happening kind of at the same time. 196.80. Disney. right there. Okay, there we go. All right, we're in Disney. We're almost in Apple. We're looking for the break of 125.25 on Apple. Disney almost hitting our all out. We'll be below. It'll be at 196.50, right around there, 196.48. Careful on Disney. Looks like it decided to trick us. Yeah, all out on Disney. And at the same time, Apple just deliberately distracting me. All right, so we're in on Apple. Took a little hit there on that last Disney little drop. Fake out. But that's what profits are for. Yeah. And on Disney, we're out already. I mean, I'm sorry, Apple. Just like that, the market's been reversing on us. All right, Disney crapping out for sure this time. Apple, faked us out for 2 cents. So I recommend we be a little bit more careful right now. The market may be turning around on us. And so at this moment, I'm going to take a look at our open swing trades and see how they're doing. All right, ARCG is healthy, but nowhere near our profit target. ARCK, same. ARCW, same. How's ARCF doing? Good, but I don't think we have an ARCF. Let me double check. Yeah, we don't have ARCQ. And that's doing all right. CP, doing good. DEC, doing great. And then we got Agilent. And it's doing fine. And ENTG, doing fine. All right, all our swing trades are fine. Nothing to do with them. They're healthy. So it appears as though as the market has gone kind of choppy now, the directional trades are starting to fake out. We already got burned twice there by Disney and then by Apple, so this is the sign to just like back off on the market, let the market chop, see if we can find something that pulls back significantly to the 20 moving average or whatnot, but is in trend. And then we can take it there, or we can move over to anything that may be breaking out, like Morph trying to break out again. Don't know if it's going to be able to do it. And there goes Apple breaking out, but see, it's faking out as well at the same time. I know, I see it, Charlie, but that's what I was just talking about, is that we got burned by Apple, we got burned by Disney. We were doing fine up to that point. So this is the point in which the market's kind of turning into chop zone. Chop zone is sideways, and breakouts are fake outs. I think it'd be better to wait for a healthy something that we see that's like more obvious and strong, and not questionable. Yeah, well, it's 10:50 East Coast, but yeah. I mean, Apple is putting in a nice big bar right now, but I'm not sure how much faith I can put into that at the moment. With Disney pulling back, hasn't been like the others. After hours today, we have Neo reporting earnings, Melly, Zoom, ZM, NVAX. What else we got? There's a bunch there. Clove, FSKR. Are we watching that right now, or was it FSXR? Oh, I never did get to STSA. Got messed up. SLN, STLN. I don't remember which stock that was. The fluid dime with the total crap out today. Disney breaking both the 8MA and the 20MA. So one by one, it's just going to knock over each person that got in throughout the morning, and they're going to sell as they hit their mercy point. Where it stops, probably VWAP. Apple's looking pretty good. It's just it's too late. It's not worth it. I have to watch it. I have to watch it run like it is. Because the best entry would have been 125.25, which is where we got in, but then we got stopped out. But then it broke that high again, so yeah, you kind of go in and out, in and out, in and out. Yeah, I mean, I think Starbucks is a sell. I don't think Starbucks is going to hold its push today. What's up? What with Apple? What's booyah? Oh man. Oh man. We really missed it on Apple there. If we only wouldn't have believed me in that the market was going to chop, we would have got a little bit out of that. $50, $60, $70 on 100 shares. All right, so Morph just broke out again. I would put 73.01 as the next breakout. No, see, look at that. Apple actually is putting in a topping tail candle. That will be a reversal sign. All right, so my instinct was correct. Probably not a good idea to grab Apple. Mata. Mara about to test high. Yeah, I do see that. But, look at how Riot moves. So, as far as Mara and Riot, like, those are 5-minute candle plays. It's a very slow stock. You're going to have to take a 5-minute green candle breaks over or a 5-minute red candle high. I don't think Morph has the, well, I could be wrong, but I don't think Morph has the potential right now. Oh, look at Apple going on this beautiful run. Oh my goodness. The one trade we didn't take. 125.25 all the way to 125.66. Oh, well, it's not as much as it looks. About 40 cents. Well, it is going further now. We essentially just barely missed this 50-cent run on Apple over the last 10 minutes, which could be turning into more than a 50-cent run, or maybe not. So 100 shares be $50. Very hard to trade this strategy with options, though, because there can be those, trades where it just chops sideways and you got to get out right away. And on the option, you'll get so much slippage, so much change that you'll lose a lot of money. And then when you do make money, you're making 50 cents with a delta of 0.5 at the money. So you're making $25 per contract. You might as well just trade the stock shares. All right, there goes Apple pulling back off of the topping tail candle and exhaustion candle right before it. That pretty much says it's semi over for Apple. And it looks like Disney is about to break low, pivot low. That will be a short entry on Disney. If it breaks that pivot low there, 195.60. All right, over in momentum land, what do we got? Can pretty choppy, but it is appreciating all day. You'd probably have to switch over to the 5-minute channels on Can at this point. I'll be right. I'll be right back. I'm going to go say hello to my wife and kids. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Be watching Apple and green breaks red candle high. Yeah, that's true, Brandon. Yeah. Yeah, so that looks like that was the end of the run on Apple, and Disney indeed is crapping out. Starbucks too. and that's affecting the S&P. Excuse me. Well, we had plug up and on watch, but it didn't want to do anything good. Someday this week, I'll have figured out a particular driver issue that I'm having trying to get installed here in order for me to be able to show you lots of my screens all at the same time, which would just be way cool. All right, here comes Apple, actually. Apple entry. Boom. And come on, get in, get in. Yep. All right, I'm in. All right, that will be following on the 2-minute candles now. Apple happened to put in an entry. Will it be a fake out? We'll see. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to take a third off right underneath 126, psychological number. And I suggest you do too. And then move stop to break even. So around 125.90, upper 90s, I take a third off. If it can even make it. Come on, come on. There's a lot of fighting going on up here. 125, 73, 75, 76. All right, here comes the 80. Going to take 1/3 out in the mid to upper 90s. 125, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 125, 90, 90. 90 has a lot of orders on it. Oh, they're getting eaten up. All right. That was a pretty big bar, 125. I'm not going to let that get away. I just took out 50%. Actually, I'm not sure if it actually took me out on that. I don't know if it did. All right, here we go. Mid 90s, taking off a third right there. Hopefully it actually does take off a third. Yep, there we go. It did. Now you move your stop to your entry. You're not going to lose money. You made profit. You protect it. And then we follow the 8MA and our bar by bar, tracking the lows on the 2-minute candles. We may get re-entries and top back up. We'll see. So for me, that's 125.77, which is coming up. That'll be my all out. 125.77. Now, if you have a high frequency trading setup like DOS Trader, you can just press a button that says move my stop to my entry, my entry cost. You just push the button, then you don't have to think, and you get out no worries, no headache. All right, Apple's going to attempt to break 126 again. So this is your second chance to take a third out if you didn't already. Now above, into the 90s. All right, I'm all out of Apple. That was at my break even. So took third profits up there and then got all out at my break even. And now if Apple is able to break 126 at like 126.01, they can get back 50% in. We did have a breakout on Extent XTNT, and I think that's going to have a lot of velocity today. Let's see. Yeah, pre-market high, and then high 420. It was just a 30-cent breakout. Extent, yeah, Extant Medical, XTNT. XTNT. It's the bottom left on my screen there. And you'll be looking for the break at 4.51 and taking about a 2 or a 3 cent ladder because it's a sub $5 stock. But that was an all in type of situation, momentum breakout. Oh, here we go on Apple. Can it break 126.01? We're getting close. Testing. What was I going to say? Unless you don't have a high frequency trading setup, then make sure that you go in for like 1/10 not 100%, not your whole account, 1/10, and follow the 1 minute candles at that point. Looks like a bit of a rocky ride, but if you're taking 2 or 3 cent ladder outs, then you should be okay. It's raining here today now, getting some rain. I like the weather. All right, here comes potentially an Apple breakout. 126.01. Never mind. What? Okay. Yeah, that was the breakout, right, on XTNT. And it was at 4.5. I said 4.51. Yeah, 4.51. It's already at 4.66. So you'd be pretty much all out at this point. Because every 20 or every 2 or 3 cents, you're taking off 20%. And that's wise too, because it doesn't, here, it's already pulling back. See, there you go. That would have been just absolutely perfect. Flawless trade setup. The 3 cent ladder actually would have been perfect. And the 2 cent would have worked as well. All right, after my breakfast around noon or 12:30, maybe 1, somewhere around there, I'll start looking for swing trades to see if there's anything. The market is, the VIX is going down. Apple is flat top wedging to the 126 breakout. That's a sign that there could be a powerful breakout coming. Here we go. 99, 126. Got to see the 01. Got to see the 01. There it is. All right. Okay, so in Apple, 2 minute candle basis, stop is 125.78, which is the bottom of the previous red candle. Well, pivot low really, 125.77. 125.77. Take a third, 30 cents after entry, so 126.30, somewhere right around there, 25.30 will be your taking your third off and move your stop to break even. Lucas, yeah, you can ask, but you just like direct messaged me, just FYI. But you go ahead and make your chats just in the public chat there, unless it's something real personal or about like financial, money, accounts, etc., etc. All right, Apple still holding. for hopefully our first profit target. Stop now is 125.94 on Apple. 125.94. Stop now is 126. No, 125.97. All right, Apple's making that push. And you're looking to take off a third at about 25 cents, 126.25, right in that region. Hey, Lucas, it's Thinkorswim. And I think I mentioned that earlier, but maybe you came late. What's up, Andrew? We're not in Apple. We don't have a price target on Apple. What are you talking about Apple, Andrew? Maybe you're talking about the swing trade. We've been out of Apple for a while. If you go through my Evans trades, you'll see that we had an exit on that. All right, get ready to get all out of Apple if it breaks 126. I'm just watching Apple for you. I heard you say something about Apple just a minute ago. No, I didn't say price target 129.04. I'm not sure. I said take your first third profit around 25 cents. 126.25. I'm not sure. I don't think Tesla's going to do that today. No. Today seems to be a green day, but in a couple days. All right, all out of Apple. There's not enough reward left on Morph, so don't play Morph anymore. You're paying 80 to make $1. You know what I mean? It's just for the momentum breakout trades. That's not the right kind of setup. Yeah, they are. On FRSX, if it can make it over 8.25, it may run. So that'd be a quarter in at 826. So there's Disney continuing to make its run towards VWAP, which I believe will be where we could see a potential next trade. We have deep retracement on SPY on the market now, but 80% retracement on that last leg. So that's bearish. So that was a top on the market likely. Yes. And if the market breaks 388.38, that's a breakdown. That's confirmed reversal. So now the market's going to go bearish, it looks like, for a little while. And that's where I'm going to call the morning session. So how's everybody doing? I think that that's pretty much the bulk of it today. I'll be looking for swing trades. I'm going to end the session right now. I'll be looking for swing trades that I'll alert in my channel. And then if the market starts heating up, which it probably will, the last 2.5 hours of the market, I'll come back. If we're seeing some things start to come into the zone, and I'll help get you into quality trades. All right, watch yourselves out there, and have a good morning, good afternoon, have a good lunch. That's about where I'm at. And if you have any questions for me, tag me in the Discord. Tag my name. And yeah, as far as the classes tonight, yeah, they're here. You'll be alerted through here. Best to watch it on Zoom, but they will be on YouTube and TikTok as well. All right, thank you guys. Catch you in a little bit, probably. And watch yourselves out there.